Nowhere to run. What the FBI just said about Awan Brothers' IT scandal will have Wasserman Schultz freaking out. The FBI is beginning an investigation into whether several Pakistani-American IT staffers employed by congressional Democrats, most notably Debbie Wasserman Schultz, were selling sensitive government data to hostile foreign governments such as Russia or Pakistan. This is one huge scandal in Washington that many mainstream media sources just refuse to talk about. It gets complicated, so let's break it down. Well, the media refused to talk about it, of course. That's the Clinton News Network, CNN. A 2016 internal investigation shows that hundreds of thousands of dollars in government property had been stolen from congressional computer systems. The main suspects were 5 IT workers with certain Democratic congressional offices. The House Inspector General conducted an investigation and recommended that the Capitol Police conduct a criminal probe in October. During this investigation, data was found to have been removed from government networks and placed on off-site servers, compromising up to 80 offices. The IT workers did not produce the missing tech for investigators and were fired in February 2017, all except for the alleged ringleader, Imran Awan. Former DNC Chief Representative Debbie Wasserman Schultz kept Awan on her staff until he was arrested last month for unrelated bank fraud charges. The 5 staffers were paid over $4 million over their decade of work, many which include Awan, his wife, 2 relatives, and a friend, had little IT experience. Awan's brother was even convicted of a DWI 1 month before being hired. So, look, this guy had a lot of dirt on Wasserman Schultz. So how was he going to pull out the money? He was going to, just put the wife, the cousin, whomever in his group so he can, so it doesn't look obvious that they're pulling this much money out. You had to break it down. And even though they broke it down, regular IT workers were making 40 grand a year, and this guy was making 160 a year. Okay? So they had to break it down. So if you go to 160 per person, it winds up being quite a bit of money per year, right? That's how it was done. And this guy had a DWI. The other one worked at McDonald's and some other place. I mean, it's fishy from the get-go. She's got nowhere to hide. Anyway, getting back to the story, Wasserman Schultz, for her part, has defended Awan, saying he was only transferring data outside the secure network, which I think amounted to use of apps that the House didn't find compliant with our security requirements. What a joke. She has also suggested that the investigation of Awan was due to racial and ethnic profiling. This is not going to hold up in court, Debbie. This story gets fishier and fishier. The new FBI investigation is more evidence that Awan and his crew were up to something, and the MSM's reluctance to cover this story is all the more strange. Liberty Writers has it covered, though, and will be keeping everyone up to date with the latest, so stay tuned. And basically, of course, they're hiding it because, like we said, it's the Clinton News Network. Who's funding CNN? It's got to be some kind of backing. It's got to be a George Soros big-time backer. How about maybe even Hillary Clinton with all the money she gets from outside sources to keep up this charade, But there is nowhere to run. Wasserman Schultz is going to have to take the fall for this. And